say I need to be
I'll do Wisconsin. Let's go for Wisconsin.
This is not the second time we've played.
You're a fucking idiot! Fuck! Nobody likes you! Nobody watches your fucking show! Nobody likes Jackzilla! Nobody likes...
Hey, what do you have to do with this? Hey, no. What does Jack have to do with this? Leave him out of this.
Actually, Jack has something to do with this. I love Jack.
Alright, we gotta wrap it up, gamers.
Hey, welcome to Fourside Fights, featuring Melee Stats SF, the Crimson Blur, Moist Zain, and Fendy. Citizens of Fourside, I'm Jackzilla, and I know, number one, anyone saying that Melee needs an off-season should stop complaining. We're in it. Number two, Ted Lasso was better when the episodes averaged 31 minutes apiece instead of 51. Number three, we were wrong to make fun of Gimmer's dad's tacos. Everyone has something to contribute to the Smash scene. Number four, I now have two reasons to have beef with the Montana State Legislature. First, for their insane and dangerous transphobia, and second, for making Zoe Zephyr such a superstar that she is unlikely to ever appear on this show as planned. Let's go to each side. Should I develop the emotional maturity to accept that these circumstances are valid reasons to not go on a Melee game show, or is this just another example of a politician backing out of a promise? Melee Stats SF.
I think you're so in the right, Jack. I think you should not get over this for at least a year, if not longer. It's just a classic political behavior. I think Fendy can speak more to that, probably. And just really.
Yeah, well, I'm leaving him for last. Zain, what do you think?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Damn, out of the loop. Doesn't care about what happens to people that beat SFAT. He's like, I beat him all the time. Crimson Blur.
Jack, you know I am sensitive to the erosion of democracy. But
Okay, full sentence. Unusually succinct. Fendy.
Yeah, as a former congressional aide, I think if your boss can't hit the floor, they really have actually no excuse to not show up. She's not actually doing anything. So if anything, you should make more of an attempt to get her on the show.
Get muted
Absolutely.
by me. Yeah. All right, let's see what we got. First topic. After Smash Camp, the small bit of feedback that Fiction gave to Mikey was this. Great tournament. Please move the audience back so they aren't 1 foot away from the players. My question to you Foursiders, how far back do you think the AZ audience would have had to have been moved for Fiction to defeat Axe in Grand Finals? Let's start with Melee Stats SF. Melee Stats Danny.
I'd say at least, from what I understand, at least a mile, maybe 2. I remember the AZ crowd at Fiction versus Axe at Genesis 8, and they're just it's hard. So I think you gotta push them back real far, because you at least a mile, maybe more, because then you're still gonna hear them no matter what, and just the fucking insane chance they have. Go on and talking about insane things. I don't really know.
Yeah, Zain, you've competed in some fucked up situations. How far back do you think we have to push them?
Decently far back, man. Because the problem with the AZ crowd is they'll say weird and specific shit. And when you have a lot of specific things, like you can deal with a let's go Axe or like, that's fine. But when it's like weird, you're like, why? What is that chant? And then it starts to fuck with you. So I would say at least like 20 feet.
How do you feel about solve the puzzles and stuff like this when you're fighting Pikachu? Does it change how you think about the matchup?
Yeah, I mean, look, Pikachu's already the color of cheese, okay?
That's a very good point.
And I'm already dealing with that, and then I got Meds in the background being like, soak that dish, and I'm like, what is he talking about? It's fucking terrible.
Fendy, what do you think?
So it takes about an hour and 42 minutes to drive from Prescott, Arizona to downtown Phoenix. It's a shade under 100 miles. It's 99.5 miles. So that is the approximate distance where I think that he would have to go, that the crowd would have to go for Fiction to even have a remote chance at winning that.
You just pull up Google Maps?
You guys have no faith in Fiction. Crimson Blur, what do you think? Defend your boy.
Jack, this is Blur here. You know Shep's my boy. He's my dog. It's SoCal. But I think you're focusing on the wrong thing here. If you've ever watched a single SSS, an Arcadian, anything, I will do anything the stream content. It's all about the stream content. They should have moved Shep closer. He should have gone higher. Or maybe he should have gone Marth. Have you seen his Marth? It beat Mango and Mayhem. He could have won that tournament easy if he just played the best character in the game, Marth. And I have plenty of ideas to explain to him how to do it.
Thank you for bringing that up. You know, we brought a collection of some great Marth minds together. We are going to get to some Marth questions later before we get through like our perfunctory current events. Second topic on that score, Moki defeated Amsa to win the Come Up 2023. He also had an incredible Genesis performance and a solid Collision performance, losing to Rising Star Zuppy, but beating HBox and Lod. Let's think a little bit about the landscape of Melee top 10 players. Would you bet that Gimme Dat Wheat's Rizless ranking ghouls will put Moki above HGod by the half-year mark?
Well, hold on. I can't stand this. I see Slime constantly talking about how Melee stats is Rizless, has no hose. Chroma's hairline is going. He's got maybe, 2 years
Friend of the show,
on
Chroma,
that
by
thing.
the way.
I can't have that. Look at Melee stats, Danny. He's delightful. He's wonderful. He plays Marth. He's handsome. He's got great eyes and just a winning smile. What was the question?
Fendi, what do you think?
I mean,
you're up to date. You're keeping your finger on the pulse.
No, definitely. I think that there's it would be a good question if HBox wasn't currently glizzy gulping in Tokyo. He's very clearly not focused on the task at hand.
Glizzy gulping.
Yeah, he's just hanging out with the liquid
can
boys.
you mime for points? Can you mime glizzy gulping for me?
Don't.
Is it worth it? Is it worth it?
Nothing wrong with a good dog.
Yeah, I think I will pass. But no, I think Moki.
That's a fucking sellout right there. Okay.
Everything is permanent on the internet, and I do not want there to be miming of me slurping down the Costco hot dog.
Even for points?
Okay, SF, you want the points? I'll give you some points. Pick them up.
This is how you use the South.
Slurp that glizzy.
Like that, like you got like this. You're like,
Yeah, that seemed like it was it. What do you think? Who's gonna be higher, Moki or HGod?
I mean, look, it's always gonna be HGod at the end of the day. He's gonna realize he's gonna be ranked out of the top 5. He's gonna choose to do really well. He'll win 2 events. He's gonna beat Zain once. Sorry, Zain. He's gonna choose the set to win.
Yes, he gets one.
He gets one.
Is that a promise or or you're resigned to it?
Oh, I'll make it happen.
But yeah, HBox, he's gonna choose where he wants to be at the end of the year. I think he wants to be above Moki, and he's like, that's all he wants.
It's also personal for him, man. He is just like, because every time these guys play in tournament, it is like actual bad blood. Just feels like it's oozing out of both of them, right? With all the taunts and shit. It's like, it's probably the closest thing we have to like a non-manufactured consent beef, right? It's like real organic Wagyu. Speaking of Tokyo, that's what he's just getting ready. He's bulking up for the next Moki Showdown.
Yeah. Do I really have to say it? Do I really have to say what's going to happen here? He's going to do terrible, awful. He's going to be 8th, maybe. And then J-Mook is going to show up at the wrong tournament at the wrong time, and HBox is going to beat him twice, and he will still get ranked 6th, but that'll be enough to stop the steal. He has so many new fans, he'll pay people $100,000 to find every person who has a ballot, including my ballot, which was the best ballot. I spent so much time on my ballot. My ballot was amazing, and it was a travesty that the rankings were not more like my ballot.
So you think that perhaps Gimme Dat Wheat will that ballot system will rank HGod over Moki, but the blur rank, were we to resurrect it, might put Moki above HBox because it includes online?
Well, it's really, what's good for content at the end of the day. Online, not online. What are we really doing here? What gets more money?
Okay.
Towards me.
Let's move on to our next topic, Battle of BC. Actually, Zain, you didn't answer. What do you think? Moki, HGod, who's higher?
Bias alert.
Look, I'm a big fan of Moki Zain Fridays, Zain Moki Fridays. Big fan of Moki.
Sounds like there's a.
But what people need to understand is that HGod is a content creator, a hashtag content creator. And whenever he wants to turn it on, he can turn it on. And Moki just beating a content creator over and over. Why is that impressive?
Wait, is Moki not a content creator? What is this? What's the difference between them in terms of content instinct?
One is wearing a Spider-Man jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Zane, are you a content creator now?
Look, I thought I was going to be a content creator, and then my YouTube got demonetized, and I've been playing 10 hours a day, and I'm playing the best Melee I've ever played. So
yeah, YouTube gets demonetized.
It got
says
demonetized.
Yes to Fourside Fights. He says yes to grinding.
They hate to see us winning.
Susan is on my team. That's what the plants are working.
We don't.
Let's move on to Battle of BC. Battle of BC is aiming to be the biggest tournament ever. Jmook has won everything he's entered and is going to Battle of BC. Zane's first moist major, I believe. Cody's return to unemployment major. HBox won the last tournament that he went to in Canada. Let's keep it simple. Who's going to win Battle of BC?
wait, what did he win?
Hey, Cody is employed?
True.
Cody is unemployed.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
no. He just
CLG
won.
just died.
Right, I know that, but he just won major upset, right?
That's not a job,
yes.
though.
I know,
that
but he's
doesn't
saying
mean
it's not his first.
He got the job done.
It's not his first
Oh,
unemployed tournament win. That's my point. Is
Is
he
major
already
upset
won?
the same level of major as Battle
No,
of BC?
no. But I'm just saying he
Okay.
did win a tournament unemployed.
Okay, he
No,
won some
major
coin
upset, he was still
boxes.
CLG. Right?
No, he was. I think he was.
I'm pretty sure
He
he
was for
free.
sure.
He was only GLG.
It is nothing at the scope of Battle of
Yeah.
BC in Vancouver,
That's
Canada.
true.
Sorry to other events. You can't compete. The Crimson Blur. What's going to happen here?
2 words. John Coe will win this tournament easily. There will be no competition from anybody else because John Coe is the GOAT. I yield my time.
Yeah, we'll do a point per word on that one. Can anybody match that?
Words was that? It was.
I
two,
counted.
right? 2 words.
Oh, you're right. My bad. I got the math wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Who's going to win?
Let's see some of these. Let's see some of these attendees. We got MK
Are
Leo.
you looking it up right now?
Acola, Tweak,
This is a classic.
Spargo.
This is a
Light.
classic blunder.
No, this is a
This
huge.
is a classic
this is
blunder.
a
This guy has
huge
not been watching the
tournament.
show.
This is a huge. I'm talking
my
about
God.
Smash, the best
How do I
Smash,
freaking
as
mute?
according of
ASAP,
all
what do you
on
think she's
Twitter.
gonna win?
Wow.
I think there's no reason to think that Jmook will not win every tournament this year, unless he plays Hungry Box. So it's just gonna be Jmook, unless the Gimme That Wheat seeds it so that he will lose.
Okay. Zane, what do you think?
I have it all envisioned out. I think about it when I go to bed, when I shower in the morning, my ices on FD, on Stadium. And they're all cheering for Jmook, and it's fucking lame. I'm just chain grabbing over and over, and I hand him off in the corner, and they're like, "You're killing the game," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm killing it." And then I'm gonna fucking win the tournament. I'm feeling good. My Marth is playing the best it's ever played. I think for some reason, playing Ices has made it better, and I don't know why.
There's a theory about this. Characters are evolutions of other characters, and Marth is the final stage of the Ices kind of Roy evolutionary path merging.
For real, I wish I played Ices instead of Roy during that pandemic. Like,
Dude.
that pandemic.
Huge pandemic.
Dude, no. Because
The pandemic.
it would have it would have been so much more useful, and then I just wouldn't have lost to Jmook at Collision.
So you don't.
I would have brought out don't test me, don't test us.
You were the chosen one.
That's what I'm saying.
God.
You were supposed to bring us out of darkness.
The clip that VGBC posted of you just chain grabbing
That killed me. Oh my god.
VGBC has had Shootout playing in region for 22 years and is like, look at this grab though.
They captioned it. They're like FD might be a stage to some, but to Zain Nagmi, it's a home. And it's just me chain grabbing Porker.
It's like, poor guy.
There's nothing going on.
He replied to my tweet. He's like, "Come on, man."
Yeah.
Well,
That's
I do have to say,
you have control over like the puppets that you control through the Melee Stats network. You know, for people that don't know you, I consider you one of the shadowy kind of the man behind the man behind the man behind the throne.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to win? Who do you deem shall win this next one?
I deem Cody to win because I think that'd be good for his employment.
No, I'm fucking him up.
It won't help.
Really, and that's why Zain will lose a friend at this tournament. I think
I'll lose a friend if I have to win.
Let's say Zain, you're pulling off hand grabs last stock game 10 against Cody, You
call them hand grabs?
No, I said like handoffs, chain grabs.
Yeah,
handoffs.
Yeah, hand grabs with the
Same
glizzy.
thing. Right. You have one. You have a glizzy in one hand, and you have your controller in the other, and you have Cody's employment status in your grasp. Yeah. Are you gonna throw away your friendship just to be like, you can look at the crowd and be like, I'm killing it? How happy would that make you?
Have you ever thrown a set because you knew that the other person needed the money more?
Absolutely. Oh no, absolutely not. But that has come up, but I won't expand.
You're not.
Are you we'll get to that later. Fresh cut. HBox snags 6 figures to sponsor Smash players to go to events. He uses engagement metrics.
Smash, you say?
Yeah, he uses engagement metrics to determine the first round of players who would receive assistance to travel. The results are in. 30 million copies sold pay off, and all 8 slots go to ultimate players getting that cash. No Melee players. There are suggestions to change the voting system next time to rig a few slots so Melee players are represented, but I have to ask, how can we compete with the ultimate players engagement farming, or should we just bully HBox to give us 7 slots? What's the best path forward? Yeah, Blur.
I, the Crimson Blur, the real person, am saying this. I'm just going to say what we're all thinking. How aren't these ultimate players all in prison? Like, how is this really still happening?
Oh my god.
Hungrybox needs to consider his reputational situation here and just invite Triff out. It's a great time. He got the notifications. He got the subscriptions. He got the retweets. He got the likes. He got whatever it is these kids need. I think we should go back to Smash Facebook. I think it was a huge mistake that we ever left Smash Facebook, and it was Chroma's fault for locking the SoCal Melee Facebook page after Raw SoCal activities got started. Why wouldn't you want your mom to see that?
That's fair. Fendy, what do you think? What's the approach?
I think Blur's spitting here. I saw a tweet. Somebody quote tweeted a former #1 Smash 4 player that was saying, like, he put out a new YouTube video that was like new drama in Smash, and it's just like these people lack so much self-awareness.
Unlike us on this show, who talk about drama.
We know exactly we know exactly what we're doing. As I continue to tank my score into the negatives, we know exactly what we're doing here, right? And this is all a deep psyop operation just to continue to needle at Hungrybox's deepest insecurities. And I think the longer that we go, the more he's going to want to feel a part of the Melee community that he is so drifted far away from. And I think slowly but surely, basically like a pack of preteen girls, we are just going to slowly chip away at his confidence and get him back. And he's going to come crawling back.
So we're negging the rich kid until he gets every penny from his parents and gives it to us.
100%.
That's how we paid for most major tournaments.
Okay. SF, what do you think? Is this the path forward?
I don't know. I think HBox is he's loving all the alt people, loving all the alt kids, and they're giving him so much money. All I want is I know Spark Venmo'd everyone who retweeted for him $1, and I think he has to get compensated for that. That's all I want for Spark. He gets his all the money.
Spark really offered $1 per retweet?
He really did.
Yeah. I don't know if he has to do that. I think he's just allowed to lie about that.
Zain,
what do you think?
Yeah.
I'll throw a set for a slot for a Melee player. We can HBox, call me up. We can work something out here. I want Spark to travel. I want who else? Who else is there?
Who's gonna fluff you?
Who would you?
No, Ginger sponsored.
You're naming a lot of Sheik players that might be helpful in like kind of
Sheik
a future J-Mook warm-up
Isn't
situation.
Spark literally in Minnesota right now?
He is literally in the tournament right now.
Isn't
Minnesota's
Spark
not a real place.
Zain, who is the Prince Abu of Sheik?
Why would you ask me that?
Is there no comparison to Prince Abu?
The Prince Abu of Sheik?
The warm-up, the fluffer, the Dawson, if you will.
Oh, I thought you meant in like strictly personality.
No.
No, he's one of a kind. Prince Abu.
Yeah,
Prince Abu is
okay. For me, I like playing Crudo or Spark. Those are my go-tos.
Okay.
Crudo's good. I think a lot of people sleep on Crudo.
Would you throw anybody a set to Crudo for the HBox money?
What's up?
Would you throw a set to Crudo for the HBox money?
For sure. Yeah.
But you won't throw Cody to get him a real you won't throw to Cody to get him a real job.
I never answered that.
Your silence speaks volumes.
No comment.
Yeah, and if the court stenographer reads back his remarks, you'll see that my client did not perjure himself. So you guys have no suggestions. We should not try to beat the ultimate players and defeat them in the battlefield of engagement. We should just try to attack Hungry Box. That's what I'm
I'll
hearing.
tell you who should get the money. It's TOs. It's commentators. It's theory crafters. It's someone who's all three of those things.
And it's
me, the Crimson Blur. Just hand me the money. I will return all control when the crisis is over.
Yeah.
What is Fresh Cuts?
Oh,
It's like adult circumcision.
That's a great question. 5 points to
TikTok
whoever
plus-
can answer.
TikTok
Adult
plus
circumcision.
crypto.
I can't.
What?
No, I can't look it up. I was
TikTok
going to look
plus
it up, but I
crypto.
get flamed.
TikTok plus what?
Crypto.
Well, I don't know either, Fendy.
TikTok and crypto?
Yeah, it's like
No,
crypto
I can-
money for like they're talking like it's like a TikTok.
I'm
for
taking
gamers.
points from Fendi because
Excuse me?
sorry, Fendi. You have to take the
Wow.
hit for crypto on this one.
Hold on. Hold
All right.
on.
There actually
Let's
is
move
no
on.
crypto anymore.
Oh,
If you weren't
Is it
so
like
good at
a-
your job, we wouldn't have to think about this.
Is it like an NFT clip? Is that what we're getting at?
NFTs
I
are
love
good,
it.
and let me tell you why. Starting in 27-minute diatribe.
Which clip of yours do you think would fetch the highest like market price?
Oh, I got so many good clips, man.
Yeah, which one would break like the 3 penny mark?
Yeah, I'd pay a nickel for some of the early Zain. I'd pay a nickel.
Early Zane? Wait, why early Zane? I got
That
some
was
good
like-
moments now.
Because
What do you?
now
Why?
it's-
House
Wait,
Zane.
let's dig into this. What's
No,
what's
Some
what's
depressed
wrong with Zane
smash and
now?
Splash Zane at the bar.
Exactly. Yeah. See 3-0 comeback against Leffen. You know those kind of that. Give me that Zain.
Ooh, that is a good one.
That's vintage.
I want.
That's
I
my-
want the one
that's
where
the Zain sitting in my wine cabinet right here. If I want to like feel good,
What?
I want to pop out some vintage Zain. That's what I do. I take out the 2017
Zain?
Smash and Splash.
Zane, it's called transubstantiation. It's like so if you ever have met like or gotten super into Catholicism, it's
Yes.
this thing where it's very literal. You should Google the Wikipedia of it. Transubstantiation.
Okay.
No,
Zain
don't
versus
Google it. You'll
Tapkins.
lose points.
That's a
'cause
great
Googling-
So
Googling
I'm
is
the
bad.
wine.
Topic.
Okay.
Our next topic, Combo Breaker, is offering a free burrito via Chipotle sponsorship for getting out of pools. How the hell is any event going forward supposed to compete with this level of brand integration and innovation? Tell me.
they,
Gimmer's
can't.
dead.
They should just give up after that. I
And
think that's
two-
it. No more events. You can't compete with
So
them.
it's in your parentheses, and that is the other one I was going to bring up is the fact that not only did we get burritos and Combo Breaker, but in the same week
Get
we
out
got
of my
Amtrak. No, I'm just saying. No, we got Amtrak and CEO.
You're looking
right?
at my notes?
No, I'm not.
No,
I'm
it says it on the. Sorry.
Yeah, why am I
Okay,
getting
it's in the title.
blasted?
I put in
It's
the
in the title.
parenthetical on the Discord.
I'm just losing points for
No, it's in,
I think you
it's
should
in the
get
video
10
right now,
points
Jack.
for that.
in the video.
I'll give you the
It's
points
right
back. I
here.
exploded at you for nothing. I misunderstood.
Oh, give me
I
the
misunderstood.
points
Sorry,
back.
points
What,
back.
1 point? I went from -3 to
I gave you
-4.
9 points just now. Shut the fuck up. I'm taking it back. You fucking lying motherfucker.
Please, sir.
Accept an apology. Christ.
Oh, he's doing the pleading face emoji.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Talk your shit.
No, I was just
Get your
saying. So
points
I
back.
think getting these like really name brand thing, like as someone who loves trains, the entire East Coast, right, from DC to Philly to New York to Boston, you can just take the Acela, take the Northeaster. I love trains. I'm a big fan, and I love burritos. I don't know if you guys remember the Chiptopia promotion that they did, where if you like went to Chipotle, like I think it was 10 times in 3 months, you got
I
like
remember that, yeah.
a Chipotle catered event for you and 10 friends or whatever. I was one away. So I'm a huge fan, and I love it. You got trains, you got burritos, and we can still have room for crypto. Don't knock it, Jack. It's kept us alive for a long time.
SF, what do you think? Yeah, it's kept us alive. Great. Yes. Much like my crippling addiction to substances is keeping me alive. SF, what do you think?
I think the level of brand integration is so powerful, and really anyone who did it and is working a Combo Breaker and going to Combo Breaker is really should just be proud of themselves. No one in this call, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think any event can ever achieve something like this. It's just
Zane, are you going to Combo Breaker?
Has it got melee?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's got
Yeah.
burritos?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay. Deal done.
Yeah, it's only at like $120 reg at this point, but I guess Ludwig can foot that bill. What am I even talking about? Yeah.
The Crimson Blur. What do you think? Combo Breaker. Burritos.
Kings of Cali 5. I've been working on a sponsorship deal for that, but I really need the community to go along with this. I'm partnering with the United States Marines, and whoever loses the tournament gets drafted. If you don't make it out of pools.
Dreaming of this. We've been talking about this for years, Blur. I don't know if you guys know, but me and Blur will like talk in Discord. We'll just talk about dreams of Melee. And we've been avoiding the draft for too long.
Jack, I need this. I got put on a watch list for trying to buy too many CRTs from China. They thought I was stealing rare earth from the communists.
Great. All right, let's move on to some Marth questions. Let's get into the Marth zone. Are you all ready for the Marth? We got our.
This is where I come back. This is where I make the comeback right here.
Just like in the game, yeah. You four have all been slandered with the accusation that Marth is easy man, bestower of free wins, punishes on spacies that an infant could execute, fair and down tilt, beat 90% of the cast's options. Marth was the first character I picked up when I learned the game, and I have to ask, is Marth still the best character to help babies steal dishonorable wins from the working class?
Blur's literally in the chat. What the fuck?
Yeah, he's
Jack,
in the game too.
I'm going to be straight with you, Jack. Marth is the best character in the game, but he's also the hardest character in the game. You need determination. You need skill. You need reaction times. You need to be superhuman. I'm the best Slay the Spire player in the world. And people still don't think that I can beat Slime. You're going to tell me Marth is easy? Please.
Anybody else? What do you think?
I've earned every single one of my wins in my entire Melee career off of hard work and dedication. And as the player here who has literally not spent, I've never played a tournament set as any other character, and I still am dog shit. And so we all have a lot of room to grow. And I think Marth is a vessel for all of our creative spirits, and it's harder than people give it credit for. And I will forever be proud to be a Marth main. I get emotional thinking about that handsome swordsman.
All right.
So it's really easy to play Marth.
Thank you, SF, for answering the question. The question is Marth still the best character to help babies steal dishonorable wins from the working class?
He never was.
Absolutely. Oh, it's so great. It's so wonderful. It's so fun to do it too. You feel immense joy as you down tilt a falcon and they just like can't recover anymore, and you F smash them, or you just jabbing a spacey side. It feels great, and you don't feel like you feel really good on the inside, and your opponent feels so bad, and just the differential there really sells it for me at all times. Just how bad they feel and how like good I feel for so little effort, and so little effort. Yeah.
You guys know
we got a spectrum here.
Yeah, you guys know my rival Vintage. So this doesn't apply to me because I think I'm on a different level.
Yeah.
But Vintage, aka Mario, sometimes I watch him play and I'm like, ooh, this character might be fucking easy. But I think when you get to top level, it is super hard to like, especially against characters like Sheik and like Pikachu sometimes, to clutch in high pressure situations, because he really doesn't have like really easy kill confirms up to high percents on last stock, and that's probably the hardest part of playing Marth. But he's so solid fundamentally as a character that you can't really complain too much. But another thing is, maybe he is easy because all these other fucking cheaters are putting notches on their controllers. They're using boxes. They're using the fob 3.6 just to keep up with the easy man.
Yeah.
And dude, imagine if I cheated with my controller.
Yeah, I'll never have a box in my life.
Look, I have my controller in my lap. I don't even know why this is here.
I want to go on the
pillow
record.
here.
You cheat with the pillow is kind of cheating. You are a bit of a
How was the
pillow
pillow
friend.
cheating?
I can't believe that you think you have wrist problems. That's like the thing is.
You have wrist problems.
So we're built for the future. Let me make a final point here: is that when we're continuing to play like all these games, 2025, 2030, 2035, and all of us are in our 40s and 50s, there's going to be one master race character, and that is Marth, because all of our hands will be preserved so perfectly. It's gonna.
All right, let's move on to our next.
Hold on, Jack. I want to go on record as the Crimson Blur me to say that I would have won the SoCal Melee Arcadian. I would have destroyed Steech if they didn't let him play his cheater controller. We all know it, and it's time. I I'm
Okay,
tired of
but if
not saying-
Zane's pillow was attached via zip cords to his controller, would that be considered a controller modification?
Absolutely.
all ball, no foul.
All right, let's go to our next topic. Running through the annals of history, I find not one but two separate times a solo Marth main made it to number 1 on the rankings, but never a solo Fox main. Does this prove Marth is better than Fox?
Yes.
No, dude, I beat Ken with my puff.
You also lost to Seal as Puff. You lost to Seal.
I
as
did lose
Puff.
to Seal.
You lost to Seal as
Hey,
Puff.
Puff is the other character that has had 2 solo mains at the top. That doesn't disprove being better than Fox.
Wait, who's the other
Okay.
Puff?
Might be there.
Oh,
Ken would outlast you on Survivor anyway.
Yeah,
I'd kill it on Survivor.
No, you'd get fucked.
Sugar would destroy both of you.
What? Wait, can we dig into that? Why does Fendy think that?
I just you don't have that. You don't have that dog in you. You just don't. You're in your parents' basement right now. You don't have that dog in you.
Don't tell them that. Don't fucking tell them, man. Not
Has
cool.
anybody
So our
that
point.
is in there that spends extended time in their parents' basement ever won Survivor? It's a great question for a different show. So we all think that Fox is just better than Marth, despite the failure of solo Fox mains.
No, you're ridiculous. It's the best character in the game, and the strongest, most talented players also play Marth. And so it's
Yeah.
this beautiful, virtuous cycle of the strongest soldiers that we've ever had. John Cadoran, the Crimson Blur, SF for a good amount of the tournament. We're just the greatest players.
Okay.
Fendy versus Toph at Evo, I think.
Yes.
Let's go.
The Crimson Blur, why did you just Discord message me a frowny face and I don't know what all that's about. Let's move on
Hey,
to
no
our
leaking,
next-
no leaking, no leaking.
Let's move on to our next topic. Fendrick Lamar's Marth famously sits in the corner, waiting for boxes to run in so he can down tilt them. I have long characterized Fendy's playstyle, which relies on exacerbating and preying on the lack of attentiveness by his opponents, as particularly effective against people with ADHD or other executive dysfunction-related pathologies. Foursiders, is Fendrick Lamar's Marth ableist?
Oh my god.
This is where I get all my
I
points
think
back.
we're missing. Fendy, do you want to defend yourself
No,
first? or do
yeah,
you want to
I
take
want to
it?
hear the takes first. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I've got to say, I'm from an old school era. If you had a problem in your game, you solved it yourself. If you definitely had ADHD and you played Spaceys, you took a lot of extended release Adderall and you blinked 3 times in a best of 5, and you won that set. And then the Marth would come into the SoCal Melee Facebook page and say, hey, this was pretty weird. We should do something about this. Yeah, it's called getting good. You did nothing wrong, Fendy.
SF?
Maybe a little bit, but there's nothing, but it's for a greater cause, which is, really securing the win, which I think is just the highest thing you can achieve for in this game. So if it comes, at the expense of people afflicted with ADHD, it's really unfortunate. Just a life skill check, as it were.
Yeah. It's kind of a skill diff. I hear you. Zain, what do you think?
No, man, he'll do it to anyone. It doesn't matter. He doesn't discriminate.
It only works.
I watched him play versus Mango on a setup once. I think it was the big hat. No, it was Genesis in the VIP room.
Oh, no.
He down tilted him like 3 times. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I was sitting at. You remember this, Fendy?
Dude,
Yeah, I sat out for a second.
Everybody gets it.
Do you think Mango passes the BuzzFeed ADHD diagnosis?
Yeah, I was about to ask.
Yeah, I think he does.
Okay,
No
sober?
chance. That man cannot sign his own tax forms.
He's just allocating the jobs to other people. He's a genius.
You don't understand.
So Zain took my argument for me, which I appreciate, is that I don't discriminate. It's giving for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're a Fox or a Falco or a Falcon or another
You
Marth.
build staircases because staircases are good for you.
Sure. I don't know what a staircase has to do with this. All I know is that if you want to come at me, I don't care if it takes 2 seconds for you to nair me in the corner, 20 seconds for you to nair me in the corner. I will happily embrace you. I'll give you a big old hug, and then I'll deposit you off stage, and then I'll do what I do best. And so Yeah, it's truly it's just like it's a collection and then it's a deposit. That's what I do.
I do think to your credit, you have lost the ability to play any other way. So it perhaps at one point was like an active choice.
So let me clarify that really quickly. I never had an ability to play another way. You said I lost an ability to play another way. I have been this way from the beginning. And I'm not hiding who I am, right? I've embraced this. I've gotten some good wins off of this. You know, it's not like it's a particularly new thing, and it's not like it's, you know, Ginger put out a video be like how to get around down throw down tilt, and still see me on ranked, see me against Ginger 2018 combo breaker. Jack, you commentated that.
I know you 3-stocked him game 1, and then game 2 he laser camped the shit out of you, and to this day he denies that he was laser camping.
And then I got wrecked game 3.
I've never seen a player so terrified for their reputation.
Same thing if you look at homemade waffles versus me in I think it was one of the online, not an online summit, but it was like a commentator bracket.
We got to move on.
Same thing.
I beat
two quick stocks, and
you have tortured many people over the years. I hear you. Over the last 20 years, Marth's perception in the meta game has really swung between it's so over and we are so back.
Oh, we're so back.
Ken, Mewtwo King, and Zain have all been strikingly dominant at times, and then comes the shit times, right? Right now, what is the biggest cultural threat to Marth? The rise of Sheik counterpicks or the rise of DK? Which is the bigger cultural threat?
I'd rather play a Sheik over a DK if I'm keeping it a buck.
Yeah,
DK is kind of scary.
Tell me more.
I'm gonna clip this and send this to Junebug.
He's listen, DK. June plays DK the exact same way he plays Sheik in the Marth matchup. He just like CCs, run and grabs, but then his punish is just like he just kills you at 70. It's pretty crazy. And then I don't really know how to edge guard him. There's a little unfamiliarity there. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Well, it's just kind of impossible, actually.
Yeah.
No, Zain. I theory crafted this back in 2005. What you're gonna do is you're gonna fair ledge cancel PC dare, and that's gonna get it done. That's all you need to do. One thing and one thing only.
He's so good.
DK is to be feared, and we should just ban him from all the tournaments. I don't see why we can't do that. We run every event.
So
I think fair PC down air.
Fair ledge cancel PC drop down here.
Yeah.
But I think the best player in the world, the best player in the world against Marth is Ringler. Best player in the world against Marth is Ringler. I firmly believe that. And so my answer is.
Does anybody else agree with that?
I think that's kind of cap.
He's from SoCal.
Because the last time Ringler played a Marth was Koopa Troopa 895, and Koopa Thanos snapped his fingers and he won.
I'm trying to watch the VODs.
That's my boy. If Koopa Thanos snaps your hands, Koopa Thanos snaps his hands, you know half you hoes gotta go.
When has Blair ever said that?
Constantly.
You know what? You're right.
Everything I say is
Blair,
what
you
I
don't
would
sound
say.
like yourself. You sound like you've been possessed by a spirit of a more
You don't think
deranged
Koopa and I are boys?
Blair-
SoCal's finest scrubs. Team Oxy. Come see me. Learn your history, Jack.
Blair comes in chat and says, "Half you hoes gotta go." He's being perfect.
Points are going back on the board, baby. We're so back.
We are.
Hoes gotta go.
All right. Any other takes on this subject? The rise of Sheik counterpicks is not, you feel, a cultural threat looming on the horizon. You guys are truly scared of these DKs.
Most of them are bad, man.
Yeah.
It's all these Fox players who are like,
talking about?
they're like, I can do that, and then it's just like, no, this is really, really fucking bad.
What's your
There's
set
one
count
person-
versus Leffen Sheik counterpicks?
I was gonna say
He's diffy.
He's the only. Yeah, he's
Also, I'm up.
He's
I'm
diffy.
up for sure.
He's diffy. He's the only.
You might be
person
up
that
by
has
like
pulled
one.
it off.
Leffen
is the only person that's pulled it off.
SF, you know?
Calculate.
Calculate.
Think.
It's like overall, like lifetime.
Yeah.
Is that include net play?
Are we including what the
Of
first
course.
three? I played him online.
He was
Yeah, that one. That one.
How deep does your
I mean, that's
neural
a
network
win.
go?
That's a win for me, baby.
Probably like 3-3. I want to say.
What?
That's also not. That's not.
It
That's not
is-
fair for
it
you
is
to ask.
declared.
It's not fair to you to ask Danny a specific stat while he's not only doing this talk show, but he's currently posting results somewhere in the Melee Stats Discord. Like 3 things, he's already a god for multitasking, but doing 3 things is too much for anybody.
It's true. Focus on one thing, get it done. Teams that finish early accelerate faster.
All right, console. Jesus Christ.
All right, let's move on to our next topic. Yeah, I got that dog in me. Recently, Zain brought out Ice Climbers as a counter to Sheik. Should Marth mains be worried, or is this just the level of betrayal that Marth mains should expect from their top 20 representatives going forward?
Yeah, this is fucked up. I'll be the first to jump up here, Zain. This is fucked up of you to do to someone like me and to G-Subs.
G-Subs loves it, man. Why can't you be like G-Subs?
He says it out loud, but deep down, all of us are just crushed by your decision because know you can do it. You know you can.
I can.
We've seen you do it. So why don't you just fucking do it?
It's funny.
I question the
Zain, wait a second. I want to hear Zain's answer to the question. Why don't you just fucking do it?
Look, all of 2022, I put in the work, Marth Sheik. I had some wins, I had some losses, but I think the consistency on polarizing stages like FD and Stadium, it's just easy.
What's more polarizing?
And I'm trying to be the best. Don't say Ices. don't make it Ices polarizing.
What's more polarizing, FD or U.S. Congress right now?
Wait, did you say something after FD? You cut out for a split second. Or were you just saying FD?
No, I don't fucking care. Jesus. The Crimson Blur, what do you think? The Crimson Blur.
Not here. Look, I was betrayed. I was heartbroken. But 2 things. Number 1, this will only make John Cadoran stronger. He needs to learn the Ices matchup, and this will be his severe test. And one day he will be the best player in the world. Second of all, you're a content man now, baby. You got to do it.
I agree. I'll say that, like, from where I'm sitting, I've been telling players to dual main since this show's first episode, pretty much. I'm sick of people thinking the game doesn't start at CSS. Zain was not assigned Marth at birth. SF, what do you think?
I will not be disappointed in Zain because this is just the classic Marth thing. Ken counterpicks a Fox versus wife. Mewtwo King counterpicks whatever character he wants to play in the moment. This is just, this is just what happens when you're Marth at the top, and it's unfortunate, but you just gotta live like this, So
your argument
is different. This is a logical choice.
This is definitely just the same thing.
It's a logical choice.
I thought you were the one.
He's a dinosaur on the screen. He's like, Sheik is the logical choice.
Yeah. He goes.
So SF, you're saying that Marths are little babies, and the closer they get to the sweet, sweet victory, the more they're likely to give up.
Oh,
yes, absolutely. 100%.
But hold on. When you get to a Marth at our level, me, Zain, maybe Mewtwo King sometimes on his good day, you've put in the work. You've beaten everyone. You've beaten all the Falcons and Yoshis and Puffs, and I think Minecraft Steve snuck in there at some point. What more do you want from us?
You know how long it took me to beat Axe? Why should I keep doing? I've done it 3 times now. I don't want any more part of that shit. I want to go chain grabbing on FD. That sounds like fun.
So why don't you go Fox for Puff?
Fox is dog shit. That's why.
Puff.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Fox loses a Puff 45-55.
Also, I think that's a misconception. I don't affiliate myself with Marth. I don't give a fuck about Marth. I'm sorry, Fendy. I think I'm just trying to win. I'm really honestly just trying to win. I think Marth is a cool character. I think he's
Fendy leaves.
I think he's the most fun character in the game. But like I see Marth, I feel nothing. He's just a vessel for me to fucking create sick combos with and to win.
It's interesting.
I'm literally broken.
Both you and Fendy describe Marth as a vessel, but Fendy seems to be chained to his vessel, and you seem to be the captain of the ship. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just two different approaches to the game. One of them ableist, the other one awesome. Let's go ahead into our next question. Marth-specific meta game. We are blessed to have the self-proclaimed greatest Marth theory crafter in history here with us today. Marths, what is the next frontier of Marth gameplay? Tech chasing, voodoo dashing, what are things that Marths should be doing now aren't?
Playing like Koopa Troopa 895.
What did you say, Blur? Fair, ledge cancel, PC, dare. That's what Marth should be doing that they're not doing right now.
I've been on that.
Yeah.
No, you've all got it all wrong. Obviously, I've come up with hundreds and thousands of things that you've all stolen from me over the years. I don't know what else you want me to give you.
I'm going to name a few of them right now.
with a little bit of facts and knowledge outside of the game right now, Jack. I won't stoop to that level. What you have to do is you have to go outside and lift some heavy weights. Look at me now. I'm huge. I can throw around 405 like it's nothing. John Coe, he's in the gym. He's getting huge. He's going to be on the big stage. Zain, you see what Amps is benching? Get on that. What happened? You were lifting.
I've been working out again, and you know what?
Love to see
Blur,
it.
it's been helping my gameplay. And
Yes.
we've talked about it, right? We've talked
That's
about
right.
it. Yeah.
5 hours.
You know that. Yeah.
Zain, how many hours of coaching total would you say that you've gotten from the Crimson Blur?
You know how it goes down? I message him on Discord. I say, you around? And he goes, yeah. I call him.
Dog.
I play someone for like 3 hours, and he's in my ear telling me what to do. I'm like a puppet.
Yeah.
A
He's
vessel,
telling-
a vessel, one might say.
yeah, but you know, at the end of the day, everyone in this world,
and you are the Blur's vessel.
I actually no. Hearing that out loud, I can't let that slide.
I'm down.
let me rephrase it. Say you've had 10 hours of coaching. How many value add minutes were included in that coaching? Like minutes that were actually things that you thought about later.
593.
What the hell?
You couldn't do that mental math.
I don't know. It's hard to quantify, but even if there's one good thing said in the
Quality
span
over
of like
quantity.
10 hours,
Quality over quantity.
if that one good thing makes me beat Jmook, if it makes me beat Cody more consistently, then it's super worth it. And I think that goes for all coaching.
That's cool.
So yeah, there's two. Everybody has two Marths on their shoulder, right? If you play Marth, you have your devil,
Your Fendy
and you
Marth.
have sure. I wasn't gonna say it, but you have me. You have your degenerate. Go for the Gouda, any means necessary, and then you've got your Blur, right? You've got the two yin and yangs of which direction you should go, and there's no. I mean, clearly, I'm not hitting up Zain on Discord, being like, "Yo, what's up, man?" I'm not in Zain's ear. I'm washed, and the Blur is clearly still got his fingers in all the Marth. He's just everywhere, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah. I hear you. It is pronounced yin and yang for the record, but absolutely your point is well taken. SF.
I have never had the Crimson Blur on my shoulder, and I never will. And the sooner we stop listening to him, the better. The quicker we can win more, I would say.
So what's something that Marth need to be doing that they aren't doing?
Stop listening to Blur.
This is not a thing. I
Ooh.
want meta game specifics. I want Marth mains to look at this VOD and say, Jack,
Yeah.
that video was an hour
want
long.
specifics?
He had one good tip.
You don't
You
listen
want
to
specifics? I'll give you specifics. You know how when people are first starting out playing, they're saying never to approaching Nair as Marth. That's like the kind of go-to. It's like a bad habit that every Marth has.
I've never heard that.
It's got to.
I approach
Okay,
him
well.
all the time.
Well, it does have its place in the meta. A delayed approaching Nair as a cross-up on shield. Super good versus Sheik. Super good versus Yoshi sometimes. Versus Ices, it is like the go-to move, actually. I've been playing a lot versus Ices.
Really,
and
you
that's
like doing delayed
delayed
crossing
Nair?
more than just like kind of fair down
Right.
temperature is so good against
Nair, because Ices will just CC fair and down tilts. Ices these days, and you won't get a meaningful separation. But if you get that like one juicy Nair, that's the biggest separator move that Marth has, and then you can just kill off of that. And you can also do it in safe ways. And obviously, you're not doing it all the time. You're mixing in like down tilts,
Yeah.
and then then you do the Nair or something when you get them to jump, or like even if they're in shield, it's okay. But that's one of the biggest things. I think also dash back out of crouch, not in punish, but in neutral, is a really, really good thing that Marths and Sheiks could be doing, because it keeps your movement ambiguous and threatens
Sheiks all
CC at
do
the same
that.
time.
Isn't that like a big sheet?
No,
thing?
but
They don't talk about
yeah, but they do it for
That's the
tech
face
cases,
roll,
right?
Face
Or
roll is
do you agree with this
God.
advice? How would you amend it, if at all?
Crouch, dash, and then also crouch, squat some weight. Crouch, pick up something heavy off the ground and make yourself
All right,
stronger.
Let's move on to our next topic.
Jack,
Let's
you've
keep it.
been lifting.
Let's keep it. I have. Let's
It's
keep
been
it simple
benefiting
and
you.
clean.
You look huge.
I don't know about that. Let's keep it simple and clean. Zain versus Mewtwo King versus Ken. Who is the Gmote, the greatest Marth of all time?
You don't have him on there. You didn't list him.
Oh, please.
There's a young doc. There's a young doctor that's been away for a long time, and people have just kind of forgotten about how good he was. So I mean, PPMD was just pushing the limits of that character.
Why was I thinking
than
Lod? I was so
Dude, what?
Am I an idiot?
Yeah, you're an idiot.
You're talking about Lod.
You're an idiot.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
like-
so far,
I guess
Peeps,
Lod's Marth is
bro.
pretty good.
so far off the cope train on PP ever coming back that I also
The
thought
peeps.
Vlad.
It's the peeps, man. My
Yeah,
first
don't go
out of state major was Apex 2015, and I will never ever see a Marth play like that ever again. Peeps.
Okay. That was one tournament though. That makes him the Gmote.
If we're going on
Okay.
vibes,
Oh, true. I do like vibes. SF, who's your Gmote?
I think there's two contenders. One is Ken, because he's been on Survivor, and he was the most dominant Marth ever, and he's simply by cultural impact, just the Marth to end all Marths. And the other is Fendy, for shaping the culture of Marth and the vibes of Marth, almost as much as Ken, I would say, just in terms of how much people hate the character.
I was gonna say, can you donate all my points to Danny? But now I don't want to do that anymore.
I do think that was too mean. Danny, I'm bullying Fendy. You don't need to also bully Fendy. You understand that there's a balance of things, okay?
I wasn't sure about that. I just want to make sure. You know?
Yeah. I'm just making that clear. The Crimson Blur. Who's the Gamote?
Well, this is obvious. None of you would be here without Ken. SoCal invented grabbing, invented everything that all of you people do while you were all in diapers. That said, I think there is a tie for number 2. One of them would be Owl, amazing San Diego Marth, who just appears randomly, most talented player I've ever seen in my life. And the second, it has to be Mango. Mango's Marth did things that no other Marth really ever did. He
was
beat
playing
Armada
Marth on
before
Tuesday.
anybody else really did.
Yeah.
I'm
People
stunned.
forget that because he's from SoCal and nobody gives SoCal its credit
That's
in this
actually
game.
a good point. Mango's Marth does have
Yes.
wins on Armada, right?
That is correct.
I'm stunned
Anybody
that
else
Blur-
have that?
I'm surprised that Blur did not say himself in a top 3. That is the most
No,
not
the worst-
Blur is on the record
No,
saying that he's
no,
one of the
no.
worst players of all time.
Thank you.
Fendi. Come
Yeah,
on.
he's a big fan of the
So
show.
good.
The
Zain,
greatest
who do you
CEO
think?
of all time. Greatest commentator of all time. Sure. Marth, not quite there yet.
Zane, who's the
Everyone likes to meme around here, huh? no one
Not really.
No one wants to just give an honest answer.
All I see is a wobbler here.
I couldn't give my competitor my honest
no-
vote. Are you kidding?
no
me?
one-
Let me clarify. There isn't a correct answer here. I'm just
There-
waiting to
there
see what you
is.
all say.
My Discord name in the Melee Stats Discord is Chief Zain Officer, and it's been that way for about 18 months. So, yeah. It's like a long time. It's been Chief Zain Officer. I think since
That's his
Genesis
display
7.
name. It's his display
So
name in the
actually,
Melee Stats
Yeah, I
Discord.
think 3.5 years has been Chief Zain Officer.
So,
Blur said, "Is the wobbler about to say himself?"
Gamote, who is it?
It's Pew Pew.
Ooh, good answer. By far the best teams, Marth, and it's not even close. No one else is even in.
I played-
That's a good answer.
I played him
Okay.
recently. I went to LA to shoot the Ludwig stuff, and we played a decent amount. And dude, he's still different. He was my favorite. He was my favorite Marth to watch. Starting, he had Pew Pew University. I'm a proud alum.
He told you to.
Wait, can you say that word one more
those
time?
burials.
Say that word
Alum.
one more time.
Alum.
There you go.
How do you pronounce
Alumnus.
bagel? Wait, say bagel.
Bagel.
Okay, just checking.
I gotta say,
I mean, what the fuck?
Hey, hold on.
that's a great answer.
I wish I could bring my.
You-
Where's Chroma? We need the chosen. We need the tribe to come in for the bagel conversation. But we can punt that to another time.
K-Toy's got stunning that you just can't teach. I've tried to teach Ghidorah it, and I can't teach it to him, and so nobody can teach it to anybody.
Yeah. Very good answers. The correct answer is Ken, because when I asked Ken to appear
Yes.
on this episode, as he streamed to 30 viewers watching him play Pokemon, he
Fortune
said,
Street.
I'm kind of done with podcasts. And if I go on yours, I have to go on all of them, even the Survivor ones. And I pressed him and said, well, my podcast is fun, unlike the Survivor ones. And he said, okay, go ahead and give me a pitch. And then my pitch didn't work, and he ignored me for the rest of the call. That's my goat. That's my goat.
I mean, I'm just saying. I just said yes.
I did just say yes.
But there is something special. See, Ken's relationship to the game, he didn't play in the era where it was like brought Melee
Hard.
back. we saved it from the brink, and now you give everything to the game, and the game gives you something back. Ken played when Melee was the only game in town, and he doesn't give a shit. And that's the GOAT.
That is badass.
Let's talk about Let's talk about doubles Marth. Famously hard to pull off, but arguably 2 of the 3 best doubles teams of all time featured Marth, right? Ken and Isaiah, and Pew Pew and SFAT. If you're looking at top 3 with Armada up there, 2 of those teams have Marth on it. Zain here has pretty much stopped entering doubles after 2019, with the most recent exceptions being Super Smash Con with Rishi and the Big House 10 with Michael Quiggles. Here's my question, panelists. If Zain could team with Michael Quiggles, why not Jackzilla?
Vouch. I vouch for this.
Yep.
I can vouch to Jack.
I have defeated SF in doubles at a tournament.
Vouch.
You beat SF? I was playing him in those hand warmers earlier. That's pretty. That's pretty good.
I'm real
High
excited
bar.
for Zain Jackzilla. What are you guys thinking? Like maybe the last shine. Zain 2-time
The
shine
last
winner.
shine.
Jack, former Boston resident. You guys team up for one last ride.
Famously, I'm able to afford cross-country flights right now.
What if we win, man?
It's going
What
to
was
be
that?
easy
Guys, let me-
once you win that
Keep living
$1,000 that Edwin Bunnings put up.
No points
Yeah.
for that suggestion.
You're going to defeat Hungry Box and Pleb. You'll get
You know how
Oh, we
humble
could
I
do
am in
that.
doubles? Do you know how humble I am? I will give you all my stocks. I will just dash dance and not fucking die. Hungrybox can't kill me in doubles because I'm playing for a team. Do you
He's a
understand?
team player.
He could kill me in
Okay.
singles because I'm playing for me. I don't know
Okay.
about that guy.
I want you to pitch the same way you pitched to Ken.
Well, you know, it's a pretty good show. We have points, and
Tweak it.
I just want to be pitched to. Is that so wrong?
I just want to. Hey, first you got to be the GOAT, and then you get pitched too. All right. That looks like we are just about any other top additions to this question.
No points for the shine suggestion? Come on, man. We're at 45
I
for like-
immediately imagined the $1,000 flight, and it made me sad, so I couldn't give you points for it.
You just said that.
I'm sorry.
We're in the prime Jack era where you can afford flights.
And maybe before I moved across the country, we made some financial decisions that were not prudent.
Ooh.
So that's the situation.
Invested
Let's
in
go ahead.
Get Ludwig to
we
fly
now
you out as a teammate of Zane's. Moist for one tournament, Jackzilla.
I'll give you points for that. Now we're innovating. Now we're problem solving. That's the Fendy I know. The Hillman, the Washington swamp ghoul, solving problems. All right. That brings us to our tiebreaker, okay? You guys are at 77, right at the top. So the 2 most likely to win, of course, Zain and the Crimson Blur. SF and Fendy pretty close down. If they have a slam dunk performance here, then and the other 2 choke, they could win. They could win it all. Crazier things have happened on Fourside Fights. Our tiebreaker. Who is the greatest Marth hater of all time and why?
Ooh, I'm
gonna take the easy but serious answer here, and I'm actually gonna I think steal it from Blur and Danny. I'm gonna go with Curve.
Oh, that was my answer.
That dude is. I have never disliked anything in my life as much as he hates Marth, and I won't go near a banana because it gives me like a vomit reaction. Just still, like that dude is just like pure Marth hater energy, and it's not even close.
Okay. Who wants to go second? Are we going to give it to Fendy? I need to hear an answer now.
Fendy's actually wrong. Fendy's wrong too. It's Bobby Big Balls. I would say. In terms of if you're looking for greatest of all time energy, just the clips he's put out about Marth, the violently loud clips he's put out about Marth, playing Pikachu in that matchup, and you know, just really pure hatred and pure visceralness when he's playing that character. He's just the greatest of all time in that regard. In hating Marth.
So what I'm hearing is Curve might have this personal flame, but Bobby Big Balls is a propagandist.
Oh wait,
yes, absolutely, 100%.
The answer is so obvious. I don't know why I didn't think it's easily left in. Keep it simple. Do you know how many sessions I've had to play with him where he's just been like, "Oh, it's fucking bullshit, man." And he doesn't even play Fox in the matchup anymore. Sometimes he just wants to try it because I think he's a sadist. And then he's like, "Oh, and I'm so glad I switched to Sheik. I fucking hate Marth." It's easily left in.
Okay. the Crimson Blur.
These are all fine answers, but it definitely shows that none of you have been around in the scene as long as I have. I've been here since I was 14. I've watched all the greats. I've seen everybody. I've seen things that you're not even allowed to say anymore. They're hidden in evil parts of Smashboards. But if you need to look all time, who dislikes Marth the most? Who may have held Marth back most? Who have stopped Marth from reaching his potential? Who has squandered their gifts as a player and as a genius of the game and has not brought Marth to be the dominant #1 player of all time? It is, of course, me, the Crimson Blur. I should have won every tournament.
All right, I think that's the correct answer. The one man who has kept Marth from the heights that he should be at is the greatest hater, not the self-hate we put on ourselves. The winner of today's Fourside Fights is the Crimson Blur.
Never a doubt.
Blur. All right, let's take a couple minutes. We're going to get ourselves over to Fourside to have a free-for-all between Fendrick Lamar, SF, and Moist Zain. Please stay with us as we transition over.
Jack, it's good to be back. The only 3-time champ of this show, it is me, the Crimson Blur. Right?
No, he's
the
only won
one.
one other time.
No, I've won 3 times.
Oh, okay. Sure.
4 times. I love to see this. I love to see this. This is fantastic.
I have to mute. I'm muting everybody by default, Blur. But if you'd like to hear their voices, I can unmute them.
I would. I want to hear them. I want to hear them suffer. I want to hear their pain. I want to be able to talk to them and coach them through this match as we go.
You should
Zain,
coach.
Someone come on the UFO.
Zain, clean ledge dashes. You're being a coward, though. I do need you to let someone else up on the UFO. You can't hit them until they get on the UFO. Okay, you're down here. We're daring. please go for fair. Ledge cancel there. I gotta say, I'm actually not impressed with the Slippy tags. I was expecting a lot more creatively from this squad of players. Jack, what do you think?
I'm not looking at it.
You're not looking at it? That's a great commentator, not looking at the screen. It's not necessary to look at the screen. I've always said this.
Hey, it's not my... you didn't ask me to commentate. Do you want me to commentate?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, I'm down for everybody.
Commentated at... you bailed on a block with me at the Big House once, and I did it with Tafo instead. And
we can team real quick.
Quite a bit at Combo Breaker.
I don't recall this.
Since then, I don't think we have worked together.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Missed you, Jack. I've missed you, Jack.
Yeah, I know you've missed me. I don't know that you've acted like it.
I'm so scared.
Well, you know, hurt people, Jack, at the end of the day.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, let's go, Fendy.
Fendy's sweeping them off.
Fully this entire episode. I need to see some good things happen to Fendy one time. I need this.
He's getting bullied by these players. He's like kind of sandwiched between them, and I think Fendy should run away. Actually,
we were talking about this, and we agreed that if I weren't here, me, the Crimson Blur, I think Fendy would have won this episode.
Yeah, if it wasn't for you, the Crimson Blur, I think this is easily a Fendy sweep. Nor Zane's score.
A fun Marth fact, actually, everybody. You can actually wall jump with Marth. It's on this stage, but it's frame perfect. So you got to go
Zane's
for it.
done it twice already.
But only the strongest Marth will hit it.
I can't believe that there was no kind of teaming up on Zain.
Yeah, this was an honorable battle, but not good for self-preservation. No, please. Okay, all right.
Wait, what was it? It was fair.
Let's see Zain hunt
fair
people.
ledge drop.
So Jack,
Fair,
fair ledge cancel dare. I think you just die. I think there's a couple spots in the stage where you could live. If you do it. Jack, how is the lifting going?
It's all right. I had a decent day today, you know.
Yeah? What'd you hit?
Overhead press, and I'm
Oh, I should have dared.
You should have downed my ass.
I know I should have dared.
You should have killed me. Overhead's brutal because you have to have no weight every single time.
Yeah, overhead is the first time that I felt like a gamer working out, where I'm like, oh, I can lose this game. And then I have to lower the difficulty and try again.
Well, just don't lose the lesson. Or you're
Yeah. You're a big
I
Dark
like the
Souls guy,
Fendy.
probably.
Looking like Ken in his prime out here.
He's trying.
Get over here.
I would have won this
That's
match.
rock. Fendy turtled.
I love this.
Oh,
No.
the team combo.
Fendy.
You don't
Right,
mean
Fendy.
this. You don't mean this.
Fendy.
This is the person who has all the loyalty in the world to Marth against the person who has no loyalty at all.
Yeah, we need this one time. Zain
man.
misses the tipper of Smash.
wow, he
That's gonna.
did go
Oh
right.
no!
Weak fair.
Oh
Okay.
no!
The winner of the Fourside fight is indeed Moist Zain. Congratulations to Moist Zain for winning the fight on Fourside. But the winner of Fourside Fights is, of course, the Crimson Blur. Congratulations. Thank you all for a great episode. We will see you in 2 weeks. Bye.
I'm better than Mikey.
Bye.